Hi, welcome. It's time for, what is it time for? A special State of the Constitution. That's what I'm going to call this. State of the Constitution, celebration, and moment. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election and also from 2020 and eventually from 2028. I have not conceded the 24 election because we have so much fraud in the system that, votes are uncounted and fake people have voted. And I know all of this because it happened to me. So anyways, welcome. I'm still waiting for West Virginia and the USA to count my vote just from the last election from 2024. And while I'm waiting, I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court to remind them of their job of making sure that the laws are being obeyed. So anyways, or the interpretation. And, last week I think I talked about how we have implied rights in the Constitution. This was on the Bill of Rights Day on the 15th, and I talked about, that we have a implied rights. So there are rights that are written down in the Constitution, and then there are ones that are implied. And the implied rights go, it's not just our right to walk in the door and cast a vote. That's not the right. The right is to have our voice heard, which means that they have to count the U.S. citizen votes. And that's exactly what they're not doing. The Democrats and the Republicans are not counting all the votes. They're finding excuses, and it's just shameful. It's shameful. It's as un-USA as you can get. Shame on them. So today, which is no longer today, I was supposed to do this on the 18th. So the 18th of December is when one of the amendments became official. It was when it was signed into law. And it was ratified on December 6, 1865, but then it was signed by the president or whomever had signing authority on the 18th, and it became law. And that is this one. Amendment 13 to the U.S. Constitution, Section 1. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So, slavery and involuntary servitude shall not exist within the United States. That's what it says in Section 1. Section 2 says Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Okay, I have to admit, this second part is kind of not necessary. If it's already in there, Congress did their part. So it needs to be enforced. But the real truth is that this is the real freedom amendment for people in the USA. This is what gave all of us freedom. Whether you're dark skin or light skin or male or female, it freed us all. And so there was the Emancipation Proclamation, which gave certain freedom to certain slaves, but it didn't free the involuntary servitude, these serfs that were still having to work and everything. But this one, on December 18th, 1865. That's the one that freed all servants, all involuntary and slavery servants were then 100% freed by that amendment. So this is really, the 18th of December is really the next sort of Independence Day or Freedom Day, or it's a special day for all U.S. citizens. It means that none of us can be made into slaves. It means that we are not allowed to be indentured servants or anything else. And this, however, slavery was not released easily for anyone, whether they were the indentured servants, the white lower class, or the black slaves. No one was released without probably great difficulty, I could imagine, because the owners felt that they were still owed work, and they didn't know how to go about this new process of dealing with free people. But it's the moment when we truly became free, the people of the USA, all of us. So I know it's a couple of days late, but don't forget to celebrate. And sadly, we still have slavery in this country, and it's time to stop that. And it's called motherhood, and even fatherhood to a degree. Motherhood is a full-time job, and right now women are doing it for free and on a part-time basis. And this is unacceptable, because we see the results in our future generations. And, well, the generations that are here that are growing, we are seeing a lot of anger and hostility and frustration and stress. And this is no way to raise a child. So I have seen a new way, and I'm trying to bring that to our country, because life doesn't have to be this way. And this is what the Democrats and the Republicans have set up for us. So it's time to say goodbye to those two parties, because neither one of them are better than the other, and in fact they're working together to manipulate you and me and all U.S. citizens into voting and believing certain things. So anyways, I'm working on a plan to free women and to bring them home and raise the next generation of children, and also bring a new way of education that will help our children to succeed. We are the only country in the world that forces our children to go into debt to get an education. And then that education is usually anyways incomplete, and then you have to go to further education, and it's just a losing battle. I mean, our children are up against the neighboring country's children, and this is how we treat our own kids. It's not acceptable. So I have a new way and a new plan and a new concept of parenting, mothering, fathering, and education. And we need it desperately. Our children are crying out for it. We see that with every bullying and school shooting and all of these things. So, anyway, my name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. I am a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election and the upcoming one in 2028. So please look me up. I have a website, susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, usa.com. And I'm all over the internet. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this page if you're watching me somewhere or on my YouTube channel. And I'll see you on some platform somewhere. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye for now.